Hello, this is Lisa Marie Graves with MLJS Legacy, and we are interviewing the amazing, fantastic, and fabulous speaker for the Men's Legacy Conference that's scheduled for Friday, September 22nd. It's just 2 weeks away, and I've got actually our final speaker of the conference, Scott Schilling, with me today. So Scott, say hello.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be batting cleanup. That's always fun.
Batting cleanup, that's good.
That's right.
Well, you're kind of like, the cream of the crop, right?
Well, I hope everybody says that at the end, yes.
Yes, I do too. Well, tell us a little bit about you.
I've been very fortunate, very blessed. I've done well over 2,000 events, live events, probably had audiences over 1 million people at this point, and just it's just a blast. It's so much fun to be able to share and impart on people what I've learned through life experience, through study, through a variety of different things. I've always said to my mentors, don't hold back. Give me everything you got and I won't keep it. I'll give it away to my students. So been very fortunate, very blessed to have the best of the best to learn from. And I hope that people feel they're getting the same when they come to the men's conference in a couple of weeks.
How long have you been speaking?
Full-time professionally for 15, 16 years, something like that. But really, I was I started my career as a sales guy. I became a life insurance agent at the age of 18 while going to school and playing Big Ten football so I could learn face-to-face presentation ability. I felt that was going to make me different than the rest, and it did when you learn how to communicate. So I've been a national sales trainer in the corporate realms and things like that, but full-time speaking, 15 years.
Wow. And would you say that you are fulfilling your passion?
Oh, heck yeah. Well, that was actually the reason. It's really kind of almost a comical story because I started speaking. My speaking mentor suggested that you grow into it, you don't go into it.
Oh,
and so I was actually the vice president of sales and marketing for a company. And on the weekends or my vacation or evenings or whatever, I was growing into my speaking career until the president of the company threw down a piece of paper one day and he said, "What's this?" I said, "It looks like my website." And he said, "Why would you have a website?" And I said, "So I could help more people." And he said, "Well, why wouldn't you tell me?" I said, "Well, because I give you everything I got for my job.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a way for me to follow my heart and my passion." And he said, "Well," I said, "I know you. You'd make me make a choice, even though there's no reason to make me make a choice. But I think you would do that." And he said, "No, I wouldn't." I said, "Yes, you would." He said, "No, I wouldn't." I said, "Yes, you would." He goes, "Yeah, you're right, I would." and I said, "So if it's a choice between serving more people and following my heart or continuing to grow this business?" And he said, "Yeah, I guess it is." I said, "Okay, I quit."
Yeah.
And I went off speaking because it was following my heart and my passion. And that's why, to jump ahead just a titch,
Mm-hmm.
that's why my talk is 7 steps to living your legacy.
Yeah.
Not leaving your legacy.
Yeah.
Leaving a legacy is most people accumulating stuff to pass along once they've died. I think legacy should be what you're known for as you live.
When I was researching for the women's conference, the topic or the theme was "Be a Living Legacy." And when you look up the definition of legacy, it is about what you've left behind. And I don't know if I'm just more in tune with the word legacy because it is part of my company, but company name. But it just seems to be a buzzword right now with a lot of people really focusing on what it really can be. And so I was really excited to see your topic, living a legacy, because I don't know that people really realize that what they're doing day in and day out is something that they are leaving behind to all the people that they impact. So why don't you give us a little more insight to your topic that you're sharing?
Well, what's really interesting, one of my coaching clients one day, we had this whole conversation about fame versus impact. I said, "What are you really after? Are you after fame or are you after impact?" "Well, I'm after impact."
Mm-hmm.
And they said impact. I said, good. So you'd be okay just selling one book? She goes, no, that'd be terrible. How could I have impact selling one book? I said, wait a second. What if you sold the one book that turned the next person that bought that book into the next Mother Teresa? Well, that'd be awesome. Then it might be fine just selling one book. So is it about fame or is it about impact? It's about impact. I said, did Mother Teresa go for fame or for impact? She went for impact. And by going for impact, she achieved fame. If you
Wow.
after fame, fame is fleeting. If you arrive at fame because of your impact, it's legacy. And so there was no question while Mother Teresa was alive what her legacy was. She was living it.
Yeah.
She was showing it. She was breathing it every day. And so I've been fortunate to have a near-death experience. And in that, you start to understand things. Some of us more mature. That's code word for old. Some of us
I like seasoned.
I might use that. I like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, some of us more seasoned folks have been through some things that you start to recognize again that it's not about leaving something. It's about living something. And so for me, it's the difference. It's why my moniker is the significance expert. Success is a wonderful thing. Pretty much everybody in every audience has achieved some level of success, because success by definition is the achievement of a goal. So once you've achieved a goal, you're successful, right? Now, some have achieved more goals than others, right? But significance is the meaning behind the achievement. And so that's where we really get into, again, a lot of boomers and folks that are just, here's what's really interesting. People have such a hard time, not people, many people have such a hard time right now with millennials. But the reason they have a hard time is because millennials don't want to achieve success. Millennials want to achieve significance. And they don't want to have to go through making the mistakes of the success. They just want to go straight to significance.
I had to think about that for a minute. I'm going to replay, watch, replay, watch. Wow.
So the fact of the matter is, boomers that have the wisdom and have gone through all the crud, and millennials who just don't want to go through the crud.
Right.
That's their whole thing. They just want to be significant faster.
Right.
Why should I waste 10, 20, 30, 40 years of my life? I want significance. And so people are like, well, because that's the way I did it. Well, they're like, okay, so I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it a different way. And so what I'm finding is when boomers are matching with millennials, you got millennials who really want to learn, you got boomers who really want to teach. And by the fact we sandwich the Gen Xers in the middle, we can win it all. We can really make a positive impact on all of society if we just understand it's about significance and living the legacy instead of trying to develop and leave a legacy.
Wow. I spoke with a young gentleman I guess it was last week now, and he's 20. He's going to be attending the conference. He's a scholarship earner for the conference, and it was just so exciting listening to him. And you're right. I mean, the excitement and wanting to be there, be successful, be significant. You could hear it in his voice, and the sense of urgency was there. And so I'm really excited that, some younger gentlemen are coming to the conference as well to share some of this insight and knowledge with them and let them take it and absorb it and then, achieve what they're looking to. So I'm really excited, and it got me a little more motivated in come on, guys, you got to come to the conference. It's going to be amazing. So I'm excited to hear all that you have to say, and I'll be listening intently so that, to grab it, because everything that you learn along the way is going to make a difference. And so I'm very excited to hear more about your topic at the conference. And so let's go ahead and just jump right over into, why do you think, or what would you say to encourage people to attend the conference? Because we're 2 weeks away, and
Sure.
There's so much going on.
Well, there's always so much going on.
Yes.
So the very best place, Benjamin Franklin said it many years ago, the very best place to empty your wallet is in your head. The knowledge is something that can never be taken from you. Nobody can grab it from you. You can never lose it. Once you have knowledge, you can never unlearn. So the fact is that as you continue to grow, if you're seeking, I seek all the time. I mean, I went to an event just a couple hours ago to learn from somebody. Somebody said, but wait a second, you speak on all these platforms around the world and everything like that. It's like, well, yeah, that's how you keep on doing it. You have to keep on seeking and learning. So I would encourage everybody, especially we're at a very interesting time on our planet right now. And the fact is, legacy and men's position in that. We're supposed to lead. And it's not being derogatory to anyone, but we're supposed to be leaders. And the fact of the matter is, if we don't understand that we're supposed to be leaders, and we don't understand how to lead, we can't lead. So the fact is, we've got to continue to work on ourselves. The other thing is, some of the other speakers are great friends of mine, and so I'm excited about hearing them. But the other side of it is, the reason they're great friends is because we've developed great friendships as a desire to be better for everybody we run into. So there's what I think what you'll receive by coming to this conference is a new level of understanding of how you can go and really live more fully, and quite frankly, with less stress. Yeah. Because I think, a couple of the speakers, again, will come up and yeah, we're huggers, and we admit we're huggers, and we don't hide being huggers, and people sometimes look and they go, that's your issue, not ours. That's true. We love each other. We love friends. There's nothing wrong with that. We want to show that you've got to be expressive. You've got to want to. There was just a question I was playing on Facebook for just a minute before we started this interview. What's your opinion on political correctness? It's the death of our country. Being politically correct is the death knell of what's going on. Let's just, come on, gang, let's call it the way it is. I mean, guys are supposed to be guys, women are supposed to be women, this is supposed to be, we all have our role to play. Let's just do the best we can to be the best portion of that role. And I think you're going to get a lot of that at this conference. Wow.
Well, thank you. And what I've gotten back on some of the feedback from the partners that have seen the speaker lineup, they are very impressed. They're excited. And I have Leon Henry to thank for connecting me with you great speakers. Bill Lynch, you know Bill as well? Yeah, Bill and I are friends through BNI. And so, but you and Jim and Jed Johnson from Houston, you've been keeping up with him and how his, the tragedy and family with the flood, it's just very sad. So I'm excited to see him, and I'm glad that he's still coming and being part of this. So it's
just to show you how God works in advance. A year ago, March, Judd and I were at an event together. There were about 400 people in the room, not knowing each other. We sat next to each other for 3 days. Wow. Isn't that interesting? Wow. So we started exploring the stories and doing things. So it's going
to be great on Thursday night when we have the dinner with the speakers, and partners are invited to come out and meet you guys as well. So it might be a good evening, and definitely some reunion going on there.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Well, that's the fun of all this. The thing is that we have the opportunity to share. Again, I've had I've had amazing mentors, and I've paid a lot of money to do it, by the way. It's not like they just, it was all freebies. It was not. It was a lot of investment in myself, because I knew in order for me to be able to impart on others, I needed to be as good as I could be. And in fact, one of them, who's very well known, I won't mention his name, his initials are Jack Canfield. Jack and I were sitting there one day, and he said, "Are you any good at this now?" And I said, "No, Jack, I'm better than you." And he goes, "Well, that's kind of brazen." And I said, "Well, why?" "I've studied with you, Harv Eker, Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, John Childers, J.J. Virgin, James Smith, and I started at John Maxwell, and I listed 18 mentors." And I said, "I've picked the best of each one of you. If the assimilation of all that is not better than you, shame on me." And he goes, "Never thought of it that way." I said, "You had W. Clement Stone was your mentor." And he goes, "You're right." And I said, "You're better than W. Clement Stone." He goes, "Yeah, you're right." And I said, everybody should become better than their mentors, not from an ego base, from a knowledge base. Because you should be able, I'm a mutt. I'm a little bit of everybody purposely, because I want to be the best I can be in every area. And so therefore you have a success coach, you have a financial coach, you have a nutritional coach, you have a this, you have a that, you have a spiritual coach, right? Yeah. And by the time you're done, you become the best you. That's the idea.
Wow. That's awesome. When I was in the military, we had a concept for success that I labeled the whole person concept. And one of the things, and I'm looking to see if I have it nearby me, and I don't, I am creating something for each of the attendees that is labeled the 360 Legacy Leadership. And it's success quotes. And so I hope for that to be something much larger. But middle of the night, I woke up and I'm like, that's it, 360 Legacy Leadership. So it is being, well-rounded and in many areas. So, wow, that was very inspirational for me to hear you share that. So thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Just think when we get this to be official and I actually do what I'm supposed to do.
Well, why don't you go ahead and share how people can find out more about you and connect with you? I know you're on many social sites, so just share how we can find out more about you.
All my social sites are Scott Schilling 8. Scott Schilling and the number 8.
Why 8?
Well, it's really interesting. It was my football number at the University of Iowa. Okay. And as I've talked to some of my spiritual guides and the people I learned from now, it's really infinity.
Ooh, it is.
And so it has become far more
impactful. No, what was your word? It's an I word. What was it? Not impactful. Millennials want to be.
Well, they want to be significant.
Significant, not an I word. Significant. Right. Significant. Wow.
Right. And so all my socials, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn are Scott Schilling 8. And then website, scottschilling.com. Clever, I try to hide behind my name. Another is talkingwithgiants.com.
Yeah, I see that. That's awesome.
Talking with Giants. That was name of my first book, but is also the name of my TV show and other things there. So there's also Facebook for Talking with Giants and Talking with Giants TV show and all sorts of different things. Also I'm in demand. People are calling me already. I didn't even give out my number. And Scott at scottschilling.com. I don't try to hide. I love to meet people and get to know people and answer questions and do stuff. Sometimes it takes a little while, but I work to do it.
Well, that's awesome. And I know you and I played text tag, phone tag, email tag, but hey, we've made it happen.
That's exactly it. That's what it's all about.
All right. Well, any last words you'd like to share?
No, just really excited. Thank you for the opportunity to present at the Men's Legacy Conference. And I encourage everybody who sees this or any of the other videos, please attend. We're going to have a blast. You're going to learn a lot. And I think ultimately you're going to, I feel like you're going to feel a lot. It's going to, it's going to come in a very different way. I think you're going to like it.
Yeah.
No, I know you're going to like it.
I think so too. All right. Well, let me find my button to end recording. There we go. So thanks again, everyone, for watching. Again, this is Scott Schilling with, he'll be the final speaker at the Men's Legacy Conference scheduled for Friday, September 22nd. And you can register at menslegacyconference.com. And we want to see you in the room so you can have some significance come out of this event. So thanks you again very much, Scott.
My pleasure. Thank you.